Hello everybody, so another quick demo of something I've been working on. As you could see in my last video, which YouTube seemed to have eaten, but in case you got to watch it, I'm working on the beginnings of a plane sort of thing that's going to be powered completely by Arduinos and by Visual Basic. So this is sort of the prototype machine that I've got so far. There's a LED up here, there's servo with the zip ties on them to show essentially what angle they're pointing, and this can simulate, like the LED would simulate the PWM value that would control the ESC, and the servos would simulate steering servos. So there's an LCD right here that I've been using for debugging. This is a clone Mega, Arduino Mega, but I'm not using any of the Mega features. I just needed it because I've got my other Arduino over there. I don't know if you can see it. The other Arduinos I'm using as a programmer for tiny AVR stuff. But so this is just a demo. I'm gonna do a write-up. The write-up will be in the description on my blog. But essentially, this program turns serial read, which is an Arduino command, into like usable actual strings that can be separated and written to stuff and compared to stuff instead of just going byte by byte. And it does that by loops and turning stuff into packages and character collections, but more of that will be in the description. And as you can see, the program's pretty well commented, but essentially this needs to, well, I'll just show you. So right here I've got the just a tiny little VB program that's running. I don't know, I'll pull up the code. And so all it does is it writes the stuff in the text box, puts a comma in between the two values and a period at the end, and sends it to the Arduino. So that's the syntax I've been working with. So essentially this program can get a value, tell how many pieces of data are there by the number of commas, and it can write that value, and that tells the end of a package by a period. So I'll do the left servo position 100 and the right servo position 100. As you can see, it's written like that right now, but I'll change that. I'll go, let's go 180 for the left, 0 for the right, and I'll send. And as you can see, they both moved. The servos are inverted, so you can see it's written like that. So they're both facing the same direction, but if I wanted them to make them face the opposite direction, I'll just type that really quick. There we go. So you can see this one didn't move, and this one moved all the way. So I'll just show you again. I'll write them both to 50, so they will be a little bit offset, but because it's not a perfect inversion. So grab my mouse, bring it over here, so you can sort of see it all happen at once. So here we go. Here you go. And the LCD shows the positions of the two servos, and I'm actually pretty proud of this. This was a lot of new stuff for me. It's definitely, the Arduino program is definitely my most sophisticated program I've ever written with the language, and I'm pretty proud of it. But the hardware configuration is pretty basic. The LCD is pretty basic. I mean, eventually, when this is in its final form, it'll all be PCB'd. It'll all be nice and like finalized, I guess. Very little room for error, like wiggly LEDs or bad resistors. And the control over here is still, it's in its prototype phase. The problem that I can't write directly from one to the other is that, like, it's too quick. The speed I've found is too fast, writing to reading. So the second Arduino always gets confused, because it has to do kind of a lot of math and a lot of loop stuff to be able to make it clean data. So I'm thinking about slowing it down, but that would lose precision in the air. So it's whatever. But if you have any questions, leave them on the blog. I typically don't check comments on YouTube, but whatever. I'll include the source for the Arduino program, and I'll include the nicer version of the Arduino program too, all on the blog. But no VB stuff yet, because it's still really, really bad. It's like really not neat at all, really unoptimized. But whatever. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.